Shalom, Jake. Shalom. Now, we're going to go into these 10 plagues of Egypt. Now, when you go to AI overview, there's no way to get this AI out of your phone, so you just have to deal with it. It says, here's the breakdown of the plagues as described in the KJV. So we're going to get into this. The first one was water turned to blood, the frogs, the gnats, the plague of gnats, lice afflicted the Egyptians and their livestock, flies, a swarm of flies. Flies plagued the Egyptians in their homes, livestock pestilences. Many of the Egyptians' livestock died. This is the one I want you to see. Boils and blains. Boils and blains appeared on the Egyptians and their animals. And you see the hail, the locusts, the darkness. 3 days of darkness. A 3-day period of thick darkness covered the land, and death of the firstborn. Okay? As well as the firstborn of the livestock. Now we're going to go to number 6, the boils and the blains. We're going to deal with that, and I'm going to show you why I'm bringing this up. Exodus 9 verse 10, and they took ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up toward heaven, and it became a boil, breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beast. And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boil was upon the magicians and upon all the Egyptians. So we're going to deal with this. Barakatha Hawa, Barakatha Hawasha, Barakatha Hawa, Barakatha Hawasha, Barakatha Hawa, Barakatha Hawasha. Call Allah, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Bashem, Rakahakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. I believe those are the prophets. Shalom and salutations to those that teach the likewise doctrine. Shalom to the Akim and the Aqua. Shalom to the scattered Israelites across the four corners of the planet. May the Most High and the Son be with you during these trying times. All right, now check this out. I don't know what these people out here doing with their life, but they better try to find Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah while we're in these last seconds. I don't know what the hell they doing to get these weird diseases, these new plagues that the Most High is sending out here. And you're going to see old plagues like in Egypt. This is called TMV. The second is a new sexually transmitted fungus. Look at this man's face. It's real. I already looked it up. It's a real sexually transmitted fungus. We actually going to read it. So see, this is why we tell you, if you got this information, you better charge it. We're going to let this play.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Brother, what's that? What's that? See, got him bugging out. See, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah is not playing out here. All right, now we're going to read the history of this, and I'm going to show you something that's even more worse than this, more terrifying than this. Look, it's a recent cases, TM, the second, I guess what it's called, TMV2, was first reported in France, see, among men who have relations with men, which is all wrong. And we told you this this Sodom lifestyle is prevalent in all of Dr. E's places. And the first case in the U.S. was reported in June 2024, and a man who had traveled to Europe and California and had relations with multiple men during his travels. You see, and they come back, these weird men, they come back and they get us to these women over here. And these women thinking they boss bees, they go and they spread it around. Okay? And what's supposed to happen to a man and a woman that sleeps around when she have a man? Well, let me show you. Leviticus 20 verse 10, and a man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. You see that? This is what used to happen back in the day. So you wouldn't have all these diseases and weird stuff that's going around. So let's keep going. Jeremiah 50 verse 40. As Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, said the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell there. Now actually it was 5 cities, but you see, the Most High is getting ready to overthrow this man today. All right? But he's spreading these plagues like in Egypt. Now let me show you why I bring this up, because you think that was something. Check this out. This day, man, you know what? I'll wait till I get in the kingdom before I be trying to court women and stuff like that. Plus, I'm an old head anyway. So let me show you something. This is terrifying with them girls. If you a woman, you should be terrified because of this. This is crazy. Check this out.
Virus that is going around that literally causes sepsis and necrosis of your genitalia and appears to eat away at it before basically unalive.
Oh, we're going to start that over. You got to grasp this. When we tell you that he's going to plague this place like Egypt, you have to grasp this and understand this.
Talk about the new flesh-eating vulva virus that is going around that literally causes sepsis and necrosis of your genitalia and appears to eat away at it before basically unaliving you, and it's sexually transmitted. You get it from having intercourse. And once you get it, you will catch sepsis from it and you will be no more. I don't think I need to explain to you how bad this is, but I will anyway. So this is a flesh-eating vulva infection, and it has already been 3 cases reported, and they're saying gynecologists now need to know the signs, and you should too. So doctors in the UK are warning gynecologists of the risks of necrotinizing fasciitis.
You know what? And France is part of the European Union, and I mean the UK. They all over in Europe. Why all the crazy stuff is coming out of Europe now? Why? Because the Most High is targeting these people. All type of crazy stuff coming out of Europe with people involved with the flesh and carnality and sexuality and all type of weirdness. All right, let's let this finish playing.
On the external genitalia, and it's seeing several severe cases. In a new case published April 8th in the Journal for BM Case Reports, UK doctors described 3 patients who were found to have this necrotinizing fasciitis of the vulva. Ladies, we know what the vulva is. Vulva includes the external female genitalia, such as the labia, and the labia, So, NF, also known as the flesh-eating disease, can arise when certain bacteria enter the skin through a wound, cut, abrasion, burn, surgical wound, or at this point, even a fucking insect bite. Mr. Sullivan, who is a professional...
Yeah, these insects too. You got something that's coming back called the screwworm. Yeah. You see, a lot of things are happening, and people can get an infection from this thing called a screwworm. And it's they're saying that it might be in the United States now. I'm going to show you that too. Let's keep going.
Of microbiology and the immunology at Indiana University, go my school, that NF can occur anywhere skin or tissue is breached, including genitalia. Go on to say that this is being spread through SE, you know what, and once it's on there, those little mites eat away at your vulva and everything involved. So ladies, if there was another time to not touch men, now would be the time. Okay, bye. Talk about the new...
you just need to settle down and get your life right with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Y'all be doing a lot of touching each other too. The Most High gonna get you because of that too. Okay? Don't act like it's just men. It's both of y'all. Okay? So let's go on. I want you to hear this other one.
Raw talking. If y'all out here raw talking in 2025, y'all need to listen up because this is for you. There's a flesh-eating STD that's going around, and I'm not even playing. It's called zoonobanosis, and it's straight up horrifying. So it starts as a little bump, and next thing you know, your skin low-key melting. like actual tissue damage. Not a joke. This thing spreads through unprotected intercourse, and most people don't even realize they got it until it gets real bad. Doctors say it's rare, but it's popping up more. In dating culture, it ain't exactly helping. Like how something like this even evolved. A bacteria that spreads through intimacy and eats the skin? Y'all better be careful. Wrap it up. Some bodies out here got boss level infections. You better use protection and ask questions. Ever heard of this? I never heard of this until today. Let's talk. Comments wide open. And tag your reckless friends.
No, what's getting ready to happen is the Most High, he's getting ready to boss over y'all with an overthrow. The same way he overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay? Now let me show you one of these plagues that was back in the days. This is Numbers 5, verse 11 through I think like 20. This is called protecting marital faithfulness. And the Lord said to Moses, give the following instructions to the people of Yashar'Allah. Suppose a man's wife goes astray and she is unfaithful to her husband and has sex with another man, but neither her husband nor anyone else knows about it. She has defiled herself even though there was no witness and she was not caught in the act. If her husband becomes jealous and is suspicious of his wife and needs to know whether or not she has defiled herself, the husband must bring his wife to the priest. He also must bring an offering of 2 quarts of barley flour to be presented on her half. Do not mix it with olive oil or frankincense, for it is a jealousy offering, an offering to prove whether or not she is guilty. The priest will then present her to stand trial before the Lord. He must take some holy water in a clay jar and pour into it dust he has taken from the tabernacle floor. When the priest has presented the woman before the Lord, he must unbind her hair and place in her hands the offering of proof, the jealousy offering, to determine whether her husband's suspicions are justified. The priest will stand before her holding a jar of bitter water that brings a curse to those who are guilty. And to be honest, we all guilty. That's why we're looking for mercy. Okay? But, hey, all these women are guilty. Okay? The priest will then put the woman under oath and say to her, if no other man has had sex with you and you have not gone astray and defiled yourself while under your husband's authority, see, you're under your husband. First you're under your father until you get a husband. You may be immune from the effects of this bitter water that brings on a curse. But if you have gone astray by being unfaithful to your husband and have defiled yourself by having sex with another man, and this is what it says. We're going to jump around a little bit. It's this is Numbers 5 verse 25. It say the priest will take the jealousy offering from the woman's hand, lift it up before the Lord, and carry it to the altar. He will take a handful of the flowers, a token portion, and burn it on the altar, and he will require the woman to drink the water. If she had defiled herself by being unfaithful to her husband, the water that brings on a curse will cause bitter suffering. Her abdomen will swell, and her womb will shrink, and her name will become a curse among her people. But if she has not defiled herself and is pure, then she will be unharmed and will still be able to have children. You see that? We're going to read that again. It say her abdomen will swell and her womb will shrink. So yeah, Jake, we're going to leave it there. But a lot of these curses are coming back, okay? And things not written in the book. So I'm going to get that. We're going to show that one more time. I'm going to leave it there. But be careful out here. Okay, like she said, that lady said you're having boss level infections out here. Yeah, you boss bees, you best life women, you better be careful. Okay, you international lovers, you passport bros, all y'all better be careful. Deuteronomy 28 verse 59, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues of long continuance, and sore sickness, and of long continuance. You see? And if I'm not mistaken, they saying that infection, it can make parts of your phallus fall off. Okay? I was listening to another report on it, but I couldn't find it. Yeah, you brothers better be careful out there. You sisters and you brothers, you know? Deuteronomy 28, verse 60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave on to thee. Yeah, I'm afraid of that, you know? Deuteronomy 28, verse 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will Yahweh bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. Call her law, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Shalom Jake. Be careful out there, all right? You better get married to this truth, all right? Shalom Jake.
If y'all out here raw talking in 2025, y'all need to listen up because this is for you. There's a flesh-eating STD that's going around, and I'm not even playing. It's called zonovanosis, and it's straight up horrifying. So it starts as a little bump, and next thing you know, your skin low-key melting, like actual tissue damage. Not a joke. This thing spreads through unprotected intercourse, and most people don't even realize they got it until it gets real bad. Doctors say it's rare, but it's popping up more. In dating culture, it ain't exactly helping. Like, how something like this even evolved? A bacteria that spreads through intimacy and eats the skin? Y'all better be careful. Wrap it up. Somebody's out here got boss level infections. You better use protection and ask questions. Ever heard of this? I never heard of this until today. Let's talk. Comments wide open. And tag your reckless friends.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother? Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Shalom Jake.